have a big like for tzaddikim books. I find them inspiring, and I like reading about our greats. I like knowing about our greats. I've asked Rav Ezi over the last number of years, he shared about a lot of tzaddikim, stories, ideas, trying to give over who they were, what they were like. I find it very inspiring to read and to study tzaddikim. In all tzaddikim books, there's a part of the book that I find very, very intriguing. The day of their death, I find, is electric, as like really, really special. The last day of their life is something about it, and almost every tzaddik book. I'll be honest, you realize like when you read a book, you don't want to read the ending already. I often will skip to that page. There's something wild, magical. It's spoken about in Eishes Chayil. That eulogy Avram Avinu said about his wife Sarah Imenu. He said, "Vatischak liyoim achron." They laugh on their last day. But Tzaddik's last day is very, very glorious. There's a koyach and a power and a beauty and a specialness. I was zeicha to experience this on my father. My own father, my last conversation, the last day, we saw a tremendous, tremendous beauty that was powerful. And there's a sugya of the last day of tzaddikim. Anybody thinks about the question, what would somebody do if they knew, after 120, they knew it was their last day, what would we do? We would like to believe, and again, if this is somewhat exaggerated, if you ask the tzaddik, what would you do to the tzaddik if today was your last day? You'd like to believe, and the hope is, and the goal of our life is that we live every day and we would be present to the things we're doing. We would be there present to our loved ones, to our wives, to our children, to our friends. We'd be living life in such a way. That's certainly the goal. Now, we're all human, and we forget along the way. And certainly if we had the clarity, today is the last day, so we'd probably be hyper-focused. But the hope is that we're living a life, that we would do the things we always do. We probably would be more present to it. But hopefully it's not like, I totally missed. The hope is, a bacher just asked me a few minutes ago, like, what do you do the last day of Musarvad? Like, what does that look like, the last day of Musarvad? I want to express that I'm sitting here now absorbing the schos. I want to do what we do every day. I want to talk some words of Torah, try to talk some words of truth, try to study topics together, topics of our lives. I want to do what we do every day, but I do admit I appreciate it more today. I sometimes take for granted. I said Avram is here almost every single day, Avram Lewenstein, and I mean it that I appreciate. I'm sitting here today, and I want to express how much I appreciate it. A guy once said to me, and there was some truth to what he said. He said, "You owe me to listen to me. I listen to you so many hours. You owe it to me." And there was a degree of truth, like Avram sits here and gives.
Why didn't I try? I don't know, I think that everyone's thinking the exact same thing right now, Rob. I'm not going to lie. We're all thinking the exact same thing here.
I want to express that Avram daily is here, and we have the opportunity. You're making space that we can discuss Torah. We can discuss ideas, truths, and share with each other and share, and you make space for that. I just tremendously appreciate it. As real as said here, and we've been together, one of the most consistent in yeshiva, and I just appreciate. I'm sitting here now. What I maybe took for granted for months and months, and try not to take it for granted. Today I'm not taking it for granted. Today I'm sitting here present to wanting to learn with you, and I want to learn something with the chevra, with everybody here, but I just appreciate I could go around name and keep going CD, keep going Mechi, all the chevra, Yoel, Rav Ezi Shlita, to go around, just tremendously appreciate it. It's a schos to sit down. I don't know, much like I don't know the name the dorm counselors. The name is like, it's not a normal name, and what they are, what they mean. This Seder in the afternoon that we learn, Musar has no connection. It's not a Musar Shia. I'm not giving Musar. I'm not. As far as what I'm doing, I'm actually trying to like stop the yeshiva and like pause and give over what I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing. I'm mostly, the guy said, I'm listening to you, so you should listen to me. The irony is the Musar is just reflecting what I'm seeing in him. So, and in an honest way, in the Musar, I'm trying to give words to a lot of things that I've learned with the guys, from the guys, and trying to pass that along. I want to share something with the guys, a word that I said one night. I came to yeshiva to say it. I want to repeat the word because it's something I'm feeling. It's not a cute word. And I literally learned this here. It means a lot to me, this idea. I want to share something. I don't care. Is it rated as deep? Not deep. I think it's true. I think it's like on point, and I learned it from the guys here. Yair, I literally learned this from the guys and with the guys, so I want to share this with you. We're at a time that we're leaving. We're leaving a Zman, leaving a year, leaving something very beautiful. We're leaving a very beautiful journey. And the Gemara in Brachas describes, it's a Mishnah in Brachas, and it says, Reb Nechunya ben Akana, it speaks about a Tana. When he would arrive to the Beis Medrash, he would pray. Reb Nechunya ben Akana, b'knisasai, when he entered the Beis Medrash, he said a beautiful prayer. And Chazal bring what his prayer was. He wanted, I think about the beginning, the hopes, the dreams, the aspirations. I think about when a guy comes to yeshiva. A guy usually often drags his parents, who say, no way, ain't going to Waterbury. Not always this is the story, but a guy comes with his, or maybe his parents drag him, or maybe they both came together nervously, or maybe both are excited. But the original journey coming here to having hopes and thoughts and dreams of how it can look, and there's the prayer of the beginning. There's the prayer of the start of a journey. And then Rabbi Nechunya ben Akana b'yitziyasei mahu omer. Upon exiting, what would he say? And the prayer upon exiting of Rabbi Nechunya ben Akana was, Moidani, thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. Shesamta chelki miyosh beis hamedrash. I feel fortunate to have sat here. I feel fortunate to have been part of this. Moidani, thank you Hashem. Shesamta chelki miyosh beis hamedrash. I am thankful to have been here. I have been thankful to have been part of this. So I have the following kasha I want to ask you. It's a beautiful prayer, and it's printed in many Gemaras. And Klal Yisrael, it's even brought in halacha, such a concept of praying upon entering and praying upon exiting. My question to everybody here is, why did Rabbi Nechunya ben Akana say, Chayiv Adam, it's an obligation, make such a Chayiv? And it seems in the Paiskim there is such a Chayiv, such a strange Mishnah. A Mishnah is meant to hand over the law. Mishnayos don't tell stories. Mishnah is the giving over of the law. What a strange way to teach me the law. Reb Nechunya ben Akana, upon entrance, would say this, upon exiting would say this. Why doesn't the Mishnah talk normal? When you leave, this is what one shall do. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say upon exiting one should thank. One should be full of gratitude. Why didn't it talk normal? It instead tells us a story, the Mishnayos. This Tana, upon exiting, was grateful. And I'm supposed to say, hey, I should be grateful too. What a weird way of teaching a din, a law. Tell me, upon exiting, be grateful. Be full of gratitude. We'd all understand that. That would be a Mishnah I can relate to. Upon exiting, this is the task. This is the job. That's not how the Mishnah teaches it. The Mishnah tells a story of a Tana, of a great person who upon exiting appreciated. What an interesting way of expressing something. And what I learned here, what I learned in this yeshiva, I want to give over. This is what I want to suggest, is why the Mishnah talks this way. Gratitude is not something you tell a youngster, say thank you. No, certainly you should say thank you. Of course, we should express thank you. Say thank you to your dorm counselor who spent his year thinking about you. Say thank you to the Rebbe. Of course, say thank you to your parents who allow for everything that happens in your life. Thank you is nice, is very nice. Much deeper is gratitude. Gratitude is under the thank you, is a place, is an honest space that I'm feeling something, I'm feeling grateful. Gratitude is not just the thank you comes from a place. Now it could be chitzonius mereres hapnimius, by saying thank you, and you should say thank yous. I don't want my kids to say thank you. I want them to be alive and a world of gratitude, a space, an overflowing heart of feeling something. Hey, my parents brought me into the world. Hey, I have friends. I like my friends. I'm really grateful for your friendship. Hey, I'm feeling something. It's a space. Gratitude is a real space. It's a space you can get to and be grateful. Now, saying thank you may help. And when you feel nothing, it's a nice thing to say thank you. And sometimes in saying thank you, it may even chitzonius mareres hapnimius. The outer arouses the inner. So by saying thank you, it will perhaps arouse an inner. Don't forget, we don't raise our kids, say thank you, that's secular. The West likes that. And it could be you'll tell your kids to say thank you. But to the West, we show our children a world of gratitude. We access an inner space. And if somebody's not there and not feeling gratitude, there's a question, why can't they access? What's the blockage to their inner world? The Mishnah doesn't say one is obligated upon leaving to express gratitude, because that's very superficial. The Mishnah's telling a story because when you leave, that's what you feel. I'm not working today. Message, note to self, Dan, appreciate Avram is here daily, wanting to learn, open to hear and to explore and talk. I'm feeling it because that's what happens when you leave. I had last night a night that was otherworldly to me, and I asked, and I've been talking to Shlomo. I've gone many places with Shlomo. Something, my soul was very open last night. And I think myself that it's the end of a year, the end of a tkufa, the end of a period. In my mind, I think Shlomo Be'ez Hashem will be married, and maybe his wife will come along, maybe he'll be in Eretz Yisrael. I want to express that when you finish something that's natural and normal, at the end you feel gratitude. It's the space that's natural. Now, of course, one is obligated. Halacha brings out an inner reality and truth. The Mishnah doesn't want to say a chiyuv when you leave the Beis Medrash, thank. It's saying what happens to somebody who's alive to the experience. Now, I learned here, we're very good at not being present to the experience. We can come to something and we're so performative that we're just... If you pause and allow, hey, something's ending. What will fill is all different thoughts. Amongst them, sadness at what's leaving, for sure. One of the things will come that will fill the heart is a gratitude for what I have. Not what I had, what I have, what I've gotten that will be, that will remain. It's natural. The thanking and the prayer upon exiting, it's true it's a chiyuv, it's true. But it's reflecting an inner truth. It's reflecting an inner mitzias, b'yitziyasei mahu omer. You know what happens when you leave? It's very easy to enter a world of gratitude. You mamish feel grateful. I can't believe what I have. I can't believe what I had. I mamish appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful space. It's the opportunity of exiting. It's the opportunity. Guys asked the last night in yeshiva is otherworldly. It's a different realm. You can't, so why don't we do that earlier? Do that more times. Because there's a realm called B'yitziyasei Mahu. Upon exiting, a guy's 4 minutes walking out the doors, it brings up stuff. Guys who swear, I'm not speaking the last night, guys who can't access an inner world, the last night, like things just fall and the guy's like there. He's and the guy prepares, well, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to stop saying what you're just going to do and allow for a moment of Yitziyasai. I feel like last night, I don't know, I felt like I entered a realm called Yitziyasei Ma'oimer. When you're exiting, when you're completing a task, I feel like in a certain way, 3 years ago, I made up with Shlomo. We made a decision to travel around. I do have a sense, not because we're not going to travel more. I feel like a certain commitment and a certain period was done. We did something. And I felt last night that b'yitziyasai, upon completing something. You know what it means? A guy went around, I appreciate, one of my best friends in the world, Shlomo Guri. And for 3 years, the guy, we went together to many places to sing with Yidden, to sing a couple of songs. It wasn't people's speeches. I don't like speeches. I'm against speeches. I don't like speeches. I don't appreciate them. To go around and to we fabranged with Yidden. What does fabranging mean? People said hello to each other, a few hugs. The hugs are the main thing. The schmoozing at the beginning. They didn't like schmoozed and enjoyed and came and had a very nice time. Together, we went around and sang with our people, and the niceness, the kindness of Shlomo, the way he's done it for 3 years, we're just so nice and kind about it and beautiful about it. And b'yitziyasai, upon exiting something, I have a sense, and again, we'll sing yet, we're not, but I felt like a certain commitment was coming to a close last night, a certain thing that we were busy with. It brings a space of gratitude. I couldn't stop. Last night I was thinking, I just appreciate it. I was driving home alone very, very late at night. And I was thinking, I have tremendous gratitude to you, Shlomo, to what you bring here to Yeshiva, what you've allowed. Some guys have a question. And I'm into manning your post. What are you bringing it to other places, Kalish? Why did you go one of the last nights of Yeshiva there? What about our Beis Medrash? I don't know how to tell you this, that the world has plugged into you, to our journey here. The world, when people are begging, can I get in? I'm not kicking guys out of here. These doors are open. And if the doors are open means that we greet, that we go out because they're in the Beis Medrash. We're going to places of people. It's interesting. Songs we sing here. Shlomo 2 years ago taught Ashivenu, a year and a half ago. Nobody knew it. Today he can't sing Ashivenu. He starts the song. Hundreds of people are joining him. They're listening to the music, but much deeper to the journey of here, to the honesty of here. Avram Miller's journey, I promise, Klal Yisrael, by hundreds of thousands. Your story is hundreds of thousands of Yidden. It's just true. I see it. I go out there. They're plugged into your story. Whether they know your name or not, heaven knows your name. That Gabe taught us. Whether they know your name or not, our people have tuned in here. Our people have tuned in here in a very, very big way. And what here is a space of honesty, a space of struggle, a space where you don't just have to perform. You could actually ask, what's hitting me? It's changing my life. A space with just much more, there's a certain honesty, presentness, realness that promotes connection and people being. People could be here. People mamish could be here. So I feel the world's plugged in here. I feel our responsibility is to go and greet and meet. Otherwise, you're shutting the Beis Medrash doors. This is the opposite. There was a Beis Medrash, the Gemara speaks about, that there were reasons. There was a guard at the door, didn't let people in. Our Beis Medrash doors are open to the point that that's our way. We have traveled a lot of miles just to open. I'm just opening the doors of the Beis Medrash. That's all I'm trying to do, to open the doors. I have asked the guys who daven at the early minyan. I don't know I'm right. I'm afraid to say it. One should try to make tefillah bismana. You're allowed to daven. One could daven much later, but one should try to make tefillah bismana. I ask our minyan in the morning that we have a hearty bunch that come and we try to make tefillah bismana. I ask that we stand at the door And the people that daven tefillah b'zmana hold the doors open, and the rest of the prayers I asked the Rebbeinu Shalom should be the schar mamish of tefillah b'zmana, because the doors, we're not letting the doors shut. It should be the schar of tefillah b'zmana, because there's a minyan here that davens b'zman that represents the whole yeshiva, and each prayer throughout the day was standing by that minyan, stands by the door and doesn't let it close. The doors are open. And I want to express that the Beis Medrash doors here are open and the world is listening. If you don't know it, when guys come, different guys have come on. I remember when Eliyahu came on his first trip with Shlomo and I, he couldn't believe what he was saying. People are crying, they're listening in to you, to Azriel Burl. He couldn't believe it. If the people, Yoel came to Queens last night, he saw what I'm talking about. Beach came to Queens last night. People who have come, they see like a world that's tuned into something. What they're tuned in is to a world of honesty, a world of friendship. Mishalom Charach brilliantly expressed that with the honesty of Durham, what it does is it allows for friendship. Where I'm pretending and hiding and being who I'm not and just saying the right things, the cost is relationship to myself and connection to others. At the space where I'm honest, where I'm sharing, I have gotten extremely close to Akiva Guggenheim. We are close friends because we have shared honesty with each other. I want at this time of leaving, we're talking about gratitude. So Cheka Gertzberg, his father is here. I want to express that one of the beautiful souls in this place. Well, Cheka, he's working his head off for a couple of weeks right outside, building something beautiful. Is he in here right now? Yeah. He's outside? Okay. He doesn't have to hear it. I'm not saying it to flatter. I want to say a truth to the guys in here. I want to express that what Cheka has brought to the yeshiva, an honest person, a growthful person, a person who has room for other people and respects people deeply, deeply. He's brought something incredible here to yeshiva. I appreciate him a lot. What he's built worlds. He's building now. He's built a lot more than what he's built. Just the physical structure that Be'ez Hashem will be beautiful. There are lives that have built with him and through him. His kindness, his concern. What that guy will do in a second for another yid is wild. He'll drive 7 hours in a second. It's good for somebody. It helps somebody. He's an incredibly kind and caring person, and I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative to his tata for being here today, and for the son that you sent here and raised. I'm very appreciative. Cheka's here. I want to say that I've always sensed things I've learned from the guys, from my children. I've always sensed it to be true, but I couldn't put words to it. But I had a gut that there was truth in the world. Hashem made a world that he calls good. I knew there had to be truth. And I want to express that I've always been bothered at the end of a year when you ask a guy, how was your year? And a guy says it could have been better. There's something remarkably dumb about that. How was your year? Could have been better. There's something remarkably silly about it. And I always sensed it, but I couldn't put words to it. Now, could have been better is just saying, I'm a human. I'm also human. Nice to meet you. Could have been better is a remarkably shallow, and I could have told you before the year. It's after your year. Could have been. You're just saying nothing. You're saying I'm human. I'm a human also. Oh, nice to meet you. So you're saying I'm a human. I'm not an angel. You haven't said zero. But I've learned that the guy, and I wonder a person who thinks like that, he's not plugged into reality. When I'm sitting here very much feeling from last night, the end of a journey, and I'm feeling gratitude, it's not like if somebody, it could have been better, that we could have done. I'm just thinking then. What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, before I start next year, before I begin something, it's a good conversation. What can we do better? In the ending, that you're not saying anything. You haven't said anything. You're not present to the moment. What I started chapping is it's not just against the Torah. The Torah and the world are one and the same. Histakel baraisa bara alma. A guy is rebelling against reality. You're not present to an ending. You're like, it could have been better. You haven't told me. There's nothing you're present to. So you're just saying, I'm disconnected. In a space of present to reality, be it siyasai, what will happen? Mahuaymer. What emerges from the space of ending is the appreciation of what I had. Is there thoughts? I'm not like gaslighting the thought. The guy's, I could have done better. That's allowed to be that thought.
Right.
That thought could be. But what that thought go deeper. So you're saying it was very nice. I mamish liked it. I wish I had more. Also, you're saying is you mamish appreciate what you have. That's an energy. That's a very big presentness to Yitziyasai. At the conclusion of something. Guys have asked me by the chasna, chasanim have asked me, I want to be present at my wedding. Our guys want to be grounded. I don't want to find and it's hard to be present. There's a lot of noise. The guys who are most present are thanking their parents because your mamish leaving and building something. I think to a guy, I've been in many a room before the chuppah, a guy is crying and he thanks Tata and Mama. That's the most present guy the most present in the world. He mamish knows that he's walking to build us. He's mamish leaving his home. When the parents walk down the aisle is the craziest walk in the world. The craziest walk. If you're shallow, you say, they're walking down the aisle. Nice songs. Or what song should it? It's the craziest walk. A kid is leaving home. It's nothing to do with the crowd there if nobody's there. When the father's on one side and the mother's on the other side is the craziest thing in the world. The parents raised this child. Their every thought was on the hopes of this child. At most Shemaina Esreis are about our children. Most of our prayers, we're thinking, Hashem, please, and we're davening for the needs of our children. Understand, when a father on one side, a mama on the other side are walking the child down, it's not a ceremony, it's not like, there's the most profound. Our Torah is true, Yiddishkeit's true. We're not we're not a museum of something. When the parents are walking down, the kid down the aisle is crazy. They're saying goodbye. Why they do it in public, I have no idea. They're walking their kids and bringing him to the chuppah, bringing her to the chuppah, and they're saying here, and they're parting, mamish. They're walking down their final walk. They're still parents. They'll still be close, but the kid's really leaving home, mamish. It's crazy. I remember the first time bringing my kids to the airport. The first time, I like bringing my kids there, but I'm picking them up. When my kid goes the first time to Eretz Yisrael, there's a certain change. It's not like marriage, but there's a degree, the certain part of the chinuch is ending. I promise you, I fall on the bench. I can't get home. My wife knows. I walk, I wait till I can't see them anymore, and I wait and try to find them a little longer. And then I collapse on some bench in an airport. I can't move. There's a certain state, a certain job is ending, and it's a crazy space. And a lot of thoughts come in. The main basis of the thoughts are a lot of gratitude for opportunity, for the kindness of Hashem of giving us neshama, for the opportunities. The main thoughts, there are allowed to be regrets, and that's normal. Don't push away any thoughts. But there's Yitziyah Seimah Weimer. There's a moment of Yitziyah. The main dominant thoughts will always be gratitude, will be appreciation. You're in that space, not say thank you. It's not what you're thinking. Gratitude for your child, gratitude for the journey, gratitude for the challenges. That's the main space. You'll have regrets also. That's normal. We're human. But and when you walk down the aisle, it's like you're watching a story. If you're quiet, if you want to just space out, talk, and that's it, you can miss the story. There's something mishuggah. I go to more weddings than most people. The walking down the aisle is freaky. It's freaky. You're seeing parents, this was their dream. This is their hopes. This is everything. And they're walking down the aisle, handing their child over to a spouse is holy, is absorb it. Sit there, think your own story. Watch the story. Don't be a rock. Watch the story. Don't talk. Watch the story. Be present to a story. People are walking their child down. That's been a long journey, and they're handing over. I'm going to ask Shlomo. I want Shlomo to come up. I'm going to ask Shlomo. Specifically, there's many songs that we can share together and do together today. I find it fascinating, the song Hashivenu that he gave to the world. I want to express that my son Yaakov once spoke about this. In this song we say Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem, make our days like old. Now we're not people, I don't like celebrating what was. We're present people. The best is here, the best is yet to come. Whenever we speak about Kedem, Hashem is called Kadmuse Shaloilam. We don't mean what was, we mean what is. We don't speak about what was. We're talking about what we're shaykh. What happened here, friendship, honesty, growth, is what we have, not what we had. It's present, it remains. Chadesh Yamein Kekedem is I want to get back to Kadmus, to the states that I'm shaykh to, that I'm connected to. I want to ask Shlomo to sing it. Should the Olam sing with you alone? I think just let everybody jump in. The Olam should just sing. Last night at this gathering, I announced the Hebron, just Shlomo. I like that people don't accept my distruths. Already I announced, Shlomo and Gabe will be singing alone. The second time, everybody could join in. About 5 seconds in, the whole place with like his slavus and was singing. People like, Kalish, you have all your nice plans, we're singing along. So I was like, how many seconds in?
Not even 3.
Did he get
Not even. I was thinking 3 seconds. What? Let's do that.
It was a beautiful event, Daniel. Daniel said the Seder.
Well, we didn't want breaks there.
Thank you for being here last night, for being here today.
Big BG! Big BG! BG!
Where's Aaron? Shlomo wants Aaron to come join on the drums.
Big AF! Big AF! It's all you, man. It's all you,
He has like rice. Tasviel to come in for 2 minutes. I wanted to play Indigo. Yes, right outside Tasviel. I want to ask Shlomo to play us a song that I want to speak about for a few minutes. And it's a song that Shlomo just recently taught in the yeshiva, and the world will yet learn a song from Zusha. But I want to talk about this song. We've come from the beautiful Yom Tov of Shavuos. This Beis Medrash was on fire Shavuos night. And Klal Yisrael said something that I want to talk about, 2 words, Judah, but I want to give meaning. I want to, Chaim, explain these 2 words, Jamie. 2 words. Am Yisrael said at Har Sinai, Naseh v'nishma. I want to talk about those 2 words. We could spend years on just the word Naseh, and we could spend years on the word Nishma. I'd like to express how I hear Naseh and Nishma. What we said, they're profound words. They're words that gave us 2 crowns. Each one is saying something. If I had to say there's a dialogue between our parents and children, this is a yeshiva that wants parents close to children and children close to parents. If I had to explain the dialogue in all different versions of this, I would frame it that last dar is saying Naseh and this dar is saying Nishma, and we need the 2 dairas to connect. And I'd like to express it as follows. Please, in an honest way, do you hear this as a conversation? If the last 100 years of our people could speak, I think they can and they are speaking, and it's a powerful Naseh. And today's dar, I hear a powerful Nishma. Allow me to explain. Naseh is the following statement we're saying to Hashem. Hashem, I have learned that you care about me. Yitzias Mitzrayim, the man, aman. You have proved in my own life, I feel your love, I feel your presence, and I trust you. We've all had people in our lives that we've come to trust. Bez Hashem, it's parents, it's a Rebbe, it's a friend. I trust you. I mamish. I see you care about my goodness. Klal Yisrael says to Hashem, Nasa, I so trust you deeply and profoundly. You told me a set of laws that's for my benefit. Nasa, I'm doing it. If I feel zero, I believe what you say, Hashem. If I put on tefillin and it's boring to me, it's disconnected, I don't even see what I get from it, but I have learned Hashem from my life, from my experiences with you. What you tell me is for my goodness, and mitzvahs are for our own benefit. God is not asking for him. He does ask one thing for him. We'll talk about that later. God asks for us. Mitzvahs are l'toiva yisenu. And Nasa means even when I feel nothing, Nasa, Hashem, I'm in. I'll do what you say because I trust you. Because our fathers trusted you, you taught them Torah. Nasa means, and 100 years of our people said to Hashem much more, but the last 100 years were a powerful declaration, Nasa. You say, Hashem, you say this is good. You say this is right. You say this important, Nasa, I'll do it. That's very powerful declaration. Many, many Yidden have said this in powerful ways, Nasa, Amen, Hashem. You have asked me, you have been mitzvah, when I don't understand anything, when I'm like, I don't get it, I don't feel it, it doesn't seem to be magical to me, but Nasa, you have commanded me, amen. I'll do what you say and I'll plug in because you say it's true. Nasa, powerful, strong, a trust, a faith in Hashem, a faith that belongs to our people. Tumas Yesharim. The Tuma means the faith, the Tmimus, the faithfulness of the straight ones, which is Am Yisrael, Tanchem, it guides us. Hashem, we have trust in you. I don't understand why you ask me to put on tzitzis, but I have faith. I don't know why you ask this and the next thing, but I have faith. Nasa, I'm going to do it even when I don't understand, even when it's not magical to me. That is powerful, but there's a second thing Klal Yisrael said. And Nishma means I want to understand. I want to relate. I want to connect. I don't want to be a robot to your mitzvahs. Nishma. I want it to resonate. I want my pinky. I want my arms. I want to get goosebumps when I do your mitzvahs. I want to feel it. I don't want to be a guy who sits at a Pesach Seder and just says words. I want to be at the Seder and I'm full of gratitude to you, Hashem. I'm full of a sense, Ani Yehudi, ich bin a Yid. I'll keep Shabbos, Nasa, but I noyam Shabbos. I crave the sweetness of Shabbos. I want to have goosebumps. I want to be Shomer Shabbos and wait all week because I feel Shabbos in my bones. That is Nishma. Nishma means I want to understand. I want to connect. I want to relate. I want it to be beautiful for me. Nishma, you gave me Torah and mitzvahs. You don't want me just to be a robot, and I'll be a robot, Nasa. But Nishma, I want, and I know you want this from me. We understood Nishma, and we said Nishma, and we were given tremendous schar. People think, Nasa, I'll do Nishma, and then I'll find out what to do. It's not what we're saying. To do, you have to know what to do. Nasa means even if I don't perceive and don't understand and don't connect, I'm going to do. Nishma is, though, I want what you're telling me to be magical to me. I want to marry what you're saying. I want to be a fire. I want to connect to Torah and mitzvahs that I'm like a guy possessed. I'm excited. I have chayus. Nishma, it means the world to me. This is my life. Nishma. That's what Klal Yisrael said, Nasa v'nishma. I hear generations saying Nasa, and I hear today's Dar is a call of Nishma. Now we have to teach the Nishmas that you're born from Nasa. Your roots, the milk you drank from the mama, were roots in Nasa v'nishma. But I hear the conversation of the two Dars, many forms of this. The Tata and Mama are saying as shluchim of their child, Nasa. And the child is saying as shluchim of the Tata and Mama, Nishma. Together is Nasa v'nishma. I think this is what it says Mashiach times. V'heishiv leiv avos al banim v'leiv banim al avaisam. The heart of the parents is going to bring the children close, and the children are going to bring the parents close. The parents' nasa, that stubborn tenacity of this is what we do, to the child's want to connect and relate, is each one's going to bring a shleimus, nasa v'nishma. Shlomo has taught us a song, prayer. David HaMelech has everything's in Tehillim, levavai levava am. His heart is the heart of the people. And their words, David HaMelech prays to God. He says, Tov tam vadas lamdeni. I beg you, Hashem, give me a tam, a taste. I want to be electrified by mitzvahs, a tam. I want to feel it. I want like ice cream's delicious. That I want ruchnius to mean something to me. Vadas, emotional reality. I want to be present to Torah mitzvahs. But you know why? Because I have emun in mitzvahs. When I feel nothing, I'm confident. When you ate lunch, you didn't tell your body where to put all the nutrients and everything. Our bodies work. Hashem made us. And I'm confident, mitzvaysecha amanti. I ate matzah. I put on tefillin. I have no idea what I did for my soul, what I did for Ilamis, but I have faith in mitzvaysecha amanti. I have emunah in you, Hashem. The marriage of these two things, the emunah is the nasa, but the tefillah, the bakasha, tov tam vadas, I want it to be magical to me. I want to connect to it. And when we have those two together, we express to Hashem, we say, Toivli Torah Aspicha. The Torah of your mouth is better to me, may alfei zava kesef, than all the gold and silver in the world. I love your Torah. I want your Torah. And these two aspects, the Nasa v'nishma, the mitzvaysecho emanti, which is Nasa, to the bakasha, to the prayer, Tov tam vadas lamdeni. I love that David HaMelech switched the order. When we said it, we said Nasa v'nishma, but David HaMelech forever is speaking to the heart of the people. David HaMelech is talking to Ardar. And David HaMelech, who understood us, he says, Tov tam, it's our generation begging Hashem, give me a tam. Hashem, I want to connect. Ka'ech soif nayam Shabbos, but we have to remember, kivim mitzvaysecha amanti, we're born from place of emunah and mitzvahs. I can ask Gabe, could you come up and sing the Shlomo? You know the song, Menach? Tov Tam Vadas? Come right next to me. What'd you say? Where's Yehuda Schoenberg? Yehuda, come. What? Where's Yosef Warren? Joe Warren? Come. We need you. We want you. Please come. Okay. Yoel, come. You know this one, Yo?
I know.
Thank you, Jay. That song is. Really beautiful. Really. Shlomo, what song do you want to do? What song are you hearing? I like the pistol. I like that a lot. I like the pistol. AJ, I want you to hear this pasuk. Usher, I want you to this Mechi, Shia. Who's next to Shia? Block. Oh, Haley. I want the guys to hear this pasuk. One of the psukim that Shlomo just sang to us, that gave that Menachem just sang to the Chevra, was a pasuk, of course, from Tillim, from David HaMelech, from Hallel. And I want to translate the pasuk and talk about it for a few minutes. The pasuk that Shlomo sang to us, Evem Yasu Abaynim. Sure to listen to this verse that David HaMelech says. It's cool that David HaMelech said this pasuk is incredibly cool, because the pasuk refers to the essence of David HaMelech. Some things we say from our lips. My kids call somebody a talking head. When you say things that your soul is disconnected to, so it's just a talking head. If you ever turn on like sports talk, sometimes it just sounds like talking faces. Well, you're not connected emotionally, you're not always connected to what you're saying. When somebody says something from the deepest spaces of their essence, this is who they are, it's what they're about, the words are very powerful. David HaMelech, Nachi said, Even moyasu abaynim. The stones that the builders discussed in, the stone that the builders just throw it away. Like, we're all watching Cheka do construction outside right here. So picture builders, constructors, and they look at a certain stone and they're moyasu abaynim. Nothing to do with this one, and they toss the stone. Even moyasu abaynim. The stone that the builders, Evan is the stone, Mayasu, Mayas is to discuss. AJ, the stone that was discussed in, the builders say this is useless. Haisa l'reish pina. It becomes the cornerstone. It ends up being the most important stone in the whole construction. It's the weirdest thing. You have to ask builders, why would such a thing be? The stone that a builder would say, I can't use this, useless, ends up being the cornerstone of the whole structure. The whole building only works with that stone. Now, what is that? Why is that? David HaMelech, that is describing his own journey. David HaMelech had 7 brothers who were big guns. David HaMelech was thought to be a mamzer. David HaMelech was the rejected one. He grew up, was thought to be the outcast, the mamzer. When his family sang Zmiris in one room, David HaMelech ate privately in a different space, lonely, disconnected. And he said the stone that is rejected becomes the cornerstone. David HaMelech, Mashiach comes from David. Melech Yisrael, it's a truth of our people. In wild number of tzaddikim, crazy numbers of tzaddikim went through difficult use. It's uncanny. The numbers are so extreme, it's weird. The Sfas Emes, who is like a staple of this yeshiva, a Rebbe, a Rosh Yeshiva of our holy yeshiva. The Sfas Emes was raised by his grandfather. That's wild. He didn't experience the love of a father, a mother. He was raised by his Zayd, the Chtush Yarim. A wild number of tzaddikim, an incredible number at difficult use. There's a mitzius Hashem made in the world. It doesn't mean somebody had a good youth is written off. It doesn't mean that. But there's some experience in the world that this is what happens. The stone that was rejected, Even Mayasu Abayni, becomes the cornerstone. Why is that? What is that? One could say pshatim. I do not have a monopoly on pshat. My suspicion is that for anything great to be, there must be humility. There must be bittul. When people are full of themselves, I don't think you could build godliness on that. I think it's a contradiction to construction. I see people around that people are all about themselves. We all care about ourselves, but there's a place of bittul. Give it up, let go a little bit. I'm speaking about Shlomo today, I've watched the way he goes around, not about self. Of course, we want to sound good, we want to be present, but the way he shares and gives it up, and there's an avodah of such, there's a task of such, to ask, to let my soul, to give it up, to let go a bit. I think when there's arrogance, you can't have a lot of construction. Construction happens where there's godliness, where people are very selfish and full of their own gaiva, their own. It doesn't work. You don't have construction. And I tend to wonder, the stone that was rejected is prepared properly. It doesn't have gaiva. I have been asked by people on shidduchim, he had a tough youth. He went to therapy. And I say, you don't understand. He's humble. Your daughter's going to be lucky. If there are challenges, he's going to ask for help. He's humble. He's not full of himself. There'll actually be room for your daughter. There'll be room to say, I'm sorry. There'll be room to figure things out. The stone that was rejected in youth is perfectly prepared because it's humble. Because it gets that it doesn't have the arrogance. Haisal Pina becomes the cornerstone, becomes the central stone of construction. I want to figure out, I have to speak to Czech and building. It's using a mashal. The nimshal makes sense. I don't know the story in construction. I would suspect when they're building and they throw away the stone, it doesn't become the cornerstone. So I get the nimshal. It's saying that there's a certain stone that you would say, ugh, and you end up needing it. I tend to wonder, and I've seen it, and maybe this is just crazy me. In construction, you have neat, and at the end, you always need something sloppy. It seems to me you always need one piece, everything's like orderly, but nothing happens exact. And when you construct, you want it all to be perfect. There needs to be a piece that holds this all together, because the ground wasn't so settled in every construction. So there ends up needing a piece that's not the most orderly, that's not so rigid, that's a little funny. I know in my own construction projects, which are far and few in between, that you need the disorganized piece. I know in constructing institutions, I had a meeting for an hour this morning discussing systems, but always deeper than systems, you need an unorganized piece. You need something a little messy that can handle. It becomes the cornerstone because real life is not so neat. There's always an unsettling. And so Even Mayasu Abainim, the stone that the constructors say, whoa, this one's not neat, Haisal Rosh Pina becomes the stone that allows for the entire construction. And I see on it people who've been through. It might be some people rejected it. It ends up they're the cornerstones of building because they have humility. They have a sense of, they have a certain sense to work, to figure out, to ask. They have a sense of not about self, and it allows for beautiful construction. So I thought it's appropriate that Shlomo sang us that gorgeous pasuk. I want to express to everybody here tremendous appreciation for coming today, for being a part of a beautiful, holy space. Tremendously appreciate each person that's part. I want to end this man with gratitude to Hashem. What you've put together here, what you are the space of, when we talk about making space, you are Mekayim Shalom. What you've made space for here, what's been put together, only the great creator could have put this together. It's highly improbable. It's unlikely, it's improbable, it's like a crazy story, our being together, and for each person coming, Yanka from Pittsburgh, Joe from Muncie, each one, Morty from Brooklyn, Beach from Five Towns, Gavri from Israel, Lely from England, from Manchester, Nachi from Florida, Binyamin from Philadelphia, Yehuda from Toronto, each one of us, it doesn't make sense, but the great creator put us together. Each one, Aryeh from Queens, Yosef from New Jersey, each one of us brought together from different worlds. I'm Rami from Detroit, from different worlds. I'm Rami from the deserts of Eretz Yisrael. Hashem has put together something beautiful, and we appreciate it. We appreciate our opportunity here. I express to Hashem a prayer for the future. The same care you've given all of us to give us this experience, continue to be with us. Please, Hashem, we want to continue to grow and develop. I'm going to ask the guys, it is now 5:05, at 5:45. In 40 minutes, there'll be a gathering. I'm asking every single 12th and 13th grader to please be there. We need to speak. That will take, what'd you say?
While the guys are leaving,
I'm talking about the guys leaving or staying.
What about the 11th graders?
What? Anybody who's part of the graduation. Anybody part of the graduation. And I promise an 11th or 10th grader won't get kicked out or a dorm counselor. But if you're part of the graduation, please make sure to be there at 5:45. Thank you. Go!
we're getting a whole other chat.
Here it goes.